Praise be to Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. The Nile River has always been a source of life for Egypt. It brings water to the land. This water allows crops to grow. The Nile was especially important in ancient times. People did not understand how the river worked. They did not know why it flooded every year. This flooding was important. It made the land fertile. Because they did not understand, they created stories. The people of ancient Egypt believed in many gods. They thought these gods controlled the Nile. They were afraid of the gods. They wanted to make the gods happy. This fear led to a strange custom. This custom was performed every year. It was a way to ensure the Nile's flood. Every year the people of Egypt would choose a young girl. This girl was called the Bride of the Nile. This was a great honor, but it was also very sad. The girl would be dressed in fine clothes, she would be given jewelry, then she would be thrown into the Nile River. The people believed this sacrifice would please the gods. They thought it would make the Nile flood. This custom was cruel. It was based on superstition. But the people of Egypt did not know any better. They were afraid of what would happen if they stopped. In the 7th century AD, a new faith arrived in Egypt, Islam. The Muslim army, led by the great general Umar ibn al-As, conquered Egypt. Umar ibn al-As was a wise and just ruler. He saw that the people of Egypt were good people, but he also saw that they were trapped in ignorance. They were afraid of their old gods. They clung to their old ways. Umar ibn al-As knew he had to teach them about Islam. He had to show them that there was only one God, Allah, and Allah was a God of mercy and compassion. He did not require human sacrifices. When the time came for the annual Nile festival, the people came to Umar ibn al-As. They told him about the Bride of the Nile. They said they were afraid the Nile would not flood if they did not make the sacrifice. Section 4. The miraculous letter Umar's faith and the Nile's response. Umar ibn al-As was horrified. He forbade the people from sacrificing the girl, but the people were afraid. They begged him to let them continue their custom. Umar ibn al-As decided to consult with Umar ibn al-Khattab. Umar was the caliph of Islam. He was known for his wisdom and piety. Umar wrote him a letter. In the letter he described the situation. He asked for guidance. Umar wrote back immediately. He told Umar to throw his letter into the Nile. Umar wrote these words in the letter, "From Umar, the servant of God, to the Nile of Egypt. If you flow by your own power, then do not flow. But if it is God, the one, the mighty, who makes you flow, then we pray to him to make you flow again." Umar threw the letter into the Nile. The people watched, amazed. They could not believe what they were seeing. The Nile began to rise. Within days it was flooding its banks. The people were astonished. They had never seen anything like it. Section 5. Conclusion. The end of a custom and the power of faith. The miracle of the Nile convinced many Egyptians of the truth of Islam. They saw the power of Allah, and they saw the wisdom and compassion of the Muslim rulers. The custom of the Bride of the Nile was abolished. It was never practiced again. This event is recorded in several historical sources. Some scholars question the authenticity of these sources. They argue that the chains of narration are weak. However, the rules for accepting historical narratives are more relaxed than those for religious texts. The story of the Nile's miraculous flow is a powerful reminder of the importance of faith. It shows that Allah is in control of all things. And it shows that even the most deeply rooted customs can be changed when people embrace the truth.